I installed this thermostat and I did not blow my house up in the process. Now I can tell Alexa to set the heat to 70 from the comfort of my bed. Now, I ended up not actually using the multimeter, but it's a good idea to have just to make sure that the power is actually off in your house. The packaging is, as you would expect, minimal, very good. You get all the stuff you need in here. There's not a whole lot, but there is one thing that you don't need. Get rid of that thing because it looks ugly if you try to put that on. Make sure you turn the power off. That's the first thing. In here, you're just going to unscrew all of your little connections, get them up and out of the way. They should be not live, but I don't like them touching each other anyway. They give you these little labels so you can label them. I took a picture of it also beforehand so that I was for sure going to have the correct ones in the correct space. Take off your thing, put on the new thing here. This is what's going to actually be bolted to the wall. Measure it carefully. I actually used my phone's level to make sure it was level. Connected all the dots there, drilled the holes, and I actually had to drill more holes, as you will see if you look closely, because I screwed up. You will want to use the wall anchors and then start on the top one here, screw this into the wall anchor. Don't go all the way tight until you've got all three of them in here, and then start tightening them down. I use my good old multi-tool that I've had since high school when I was a fisherman, or tried to be, to just push these into the little connection points. You can tug on them to make sure that they are indeed connected properly and securely. Each one of them goes in pretty nicely. I cut out some of the struggles I had because a couple of them were difficult to do. Close that on. This thing just plugs in like so, and then turn the power back on. It should say set. And you should be almost set. Scan the QR code with your phone and then open up Alexa. You're going to want to connect a new device. Scroll to Thermostat, Amazon. It's pretty self-explanatory. You can also use this to walk through the steps that I just walked you through. I mean, it'll take you through step by step. All this stuff is done really well. Here's where you scan the code that's on the instruction manual. It actually does take a pretty long time in all of these next steps. I did some editing on the video, so it's not going to be real time connecting and then connecting the router to the thermostat. So if you feel like yours might be frozen, don't worry. It does, or it can at least, mine did, take a good amount of time to get all these connections made properly. Then you go through the setup to add this to one of your rooms so you can say where the thermostat's located. And now the important part, which terminals do you have wires connected to? And what I had to do, I put the right things in here, but even after installing a previous thermostat, I had to double check and make sure I was doing this correctly. I didn't want to mess something up. So I scrolled back here, and as you can see, it's a good idea to take pictures so that you can find the picture and make sure, hey, these are the connections. Here's the one I've already installed, and these are the correct connections. Press play there. Go through a couple more checks on what type of system you have, and then I skip through a bunch of time here in testing. It will make some tests with the heat turning on and then with the fan turning on, and it does take several minutes for these things to go through their tests. So again, don't be alarmed if you feel like it's just sitting there frozen. It took me forever. I cut a ton of it out here in the video. And then you go through a couple more steps, and it'll give you the option to control with a set schedule, and where you can set a temperature range that you want it to stay between automatically. You can set this up days of the week, times of day. I actually went through this, and then my wife and I decided the next day, you know what? All we really care about are the voice commands and being able to easily change the temperature. It kind of stays the same at our house all day, every day, because we have people here almost all the time, every day. And then at night it changes. So you can set a schedule, or you can do what we do and just leave it alone, control it manually. Works like a dream. Hey, hope this was helpful for you. If you've been worried about installing this, it was incredibly easy for me. I hope this video helps you install yours. Check out the link in the description if you need to pick up one of these thermostats. I got mine on sale. They go on sale every now and then, but even retail price, they're pretty reasonable. They're less than the Googles, which is the other ones that I was looking at. I believe current retail price is $70 or $79 or $89. So pretty affordable for a nice entry-level smart thermostat that does everything I need it to do. Hope you have an awesome one. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thanks so much. Bye.